Okay, thank you everybody. Thanks for coming out. Now we do have two big games coming up here at Brentford against Sheffield United and Leeds United. Now I'm willing to take a few questions. Yeah. Oh yes, Reginald Haymaker, local reporter. Now your team has only won 5 games since the break for the World Cup. Now why is you struggling? Yeah, look mate, I mean we're a newly promoted team sitting in the top half of the Premier League. So I certainly have a debate with you about whether or not we're struggling. But there is no argument that our performances recently haven't been what we expected. But we've got 10 games between now and the end of the season to make sure we set that right. Yeah, now you've been challenging for a European place all season. Can you go on and get it? Yeah, look, I mean, despite our struggles, we're still in a decent place. Now we've got some tough games coming up against the top 4, which is obviously going to be very difficult for us. But Marek Hamšík's on his way back. We're going to give it our best between now and the end of the year, and we'll see where that leaves us. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villa, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 at Brentford, as we follow in Dean Smith's footsteps. And today we have two massive Premier League games. We're at home to Yorkshire. We play Leeds United and Sheffield United. And if we have any desires of getting into Europe next season, we really do need to take, at least 4 points, but ideally 6 from those two games. Because as I did just mention, we have in our last 10 fixtures, all of the top 4. That is Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United and Arsenal. So we've got to make sure we're maximising the games that are winnable for us against, which would obviously be the other 6. Now, let's have a quick look here. I thought we'd have a quick look at the finances to start, now that sort of Premier League money has more or less kicked in. Obviously, we'll get prize money at the end of the year, but you can see we're in a really healthy position. We've got just under 60 million in the bank, just under 31 million to spend on transfers. I'm hoping that next season, so this summer, we'll kind of get that plus what we would have got for next season anyway, though I have a suspicion the board may tie out on us a little bit and we'll just get maybe... If we get 50 million, obviously we need to get goals into the team. So I'm hoping that we'll have enough of a budget to be able to do that. But as you can see there, the finances are looking really healthy, as you would expect for a team of Brentford size with our wage budget, which is, well, you can see there, 700 grand a week. So it's essentially next to nothing in Premier League standards. So you'd expect us to be in a good place. We are in a good place. And if we can go on and get Europe with that sort of a wage budget, then we really have worked miracles this season. Now, we have 3 games to catch you up on since last episode, the debacle that was last episode. We went back to basics, went back to the old Warsaw formation, just trying to keep it tight at the back, make sure that we weren't shipping goals for fun, and we'll figure it out from there. Our first game was against Brighton. Let's go see how that went. The only goal came early thanks to some poor marking at the back post. Oh, this is so disappointing. Now, of course, Brighton are a good team this season. They are battling up there with us in Europe, or for Europe. We absolutely dominated this game. A silly goal conceded early on, and we just couldn't score. Same old story. The good thing from it, if you look at the performance, is that we were tighter at the back. We limited their chances greatly. We created an absolute crap ton. And we just couldn't score. It's, in a way, the story of the second half of our season, isn't it? Next up, we played Sheffield United. We had 2 games with them, a very quick succession. The first one here was away from home. Let's go see how we did. We went in front through Lewis Potter. And the Wizard doubled our lead when he tapped in from De Silva's shot. And we had 3 before half-time when Josh De Silva's drive capped a nice team move. We were absolutely brilliant in this game. It seemed to come out of nowhere. Again, we limited their chances. We should have scored more, to be honest. It wasn't particularly good finishing again, but the Wizard, Lewis Potter with a double, quick succession there, and De Silva with a wonderful strike to get us our third. Second half, we weren't as good, obviously, but at 3-0 at half-time, we did more or less have the game won. There's nothing else to say. I mean, look at those match ratings. It was absolutely brilliant. Last game to catch you up on was against Leicester City. We went in front late when Thompson's low cross was finished by the Wizard. But we conceded a stoppage time equaliser. Oh, I thought we'd done it again. I thought we'd won the game. We got a late winner from the Wizard again, who is in really good goal scoring form, to be honest. And then 92nd minute from a set piece. Unbelievable. It was an even game. To be fair, a draw was probably fair. But when you go in front in the 84th minute, especially away from home, you really do want to be seeing out that result, don't you? But as I said, the positives are that we've gone back to the Warsaw formation. We have looked a lot tighter at the back, so that's good. Here's the league table. We are still... Now, Everton are behind us with 3 games in hand, but they won the Carabao Cup, so they've already got European football. So that will mean, I believe, that 7th will just become a European spot. I hope. So we're in the European spots right now. Forest have a game in hand behind us. But otherwise, after that, it's a little bit of a gap. So I think we can kind of look up and battle away for European spots. City look as though they may be gone. It looks like it's a battle for 6 between ourselves, Brighton, Everton, and Forest. So... yeah, 10 games to play for us. It's big. It's really, really big. So let's go and have a quick look at what we're doing here. We start against Sheffield United at home this time. One thing, if you did see the schedule there, we had a massive, massive run of away games, and only one of those was in a cup. We did have, obviously, a relatively good run of home fixtures before that, so it's not like, it evens out in the end. So that maybe, I think it was Gaz Monster in the comments that said, the away fixtures weren't helping. And to a point, that's true, I think. Though you can see we had home games there and we weren't particularly good either. But now it kind of levels out a little bit. We have some winnable games in amongst some very tough ones. And just a quick note here. Look at Tottenham. Look at Tottenham. Only 4 points above the drop. Could Tottenham get relegated? That would be something. They sacked Jurgen Klopp since last episode. But anyway, let's worry about us. We are the favourites for this game against Sheffield United. They're still a Chris Wilder coach team, which is good. I do like Chris Wilder. He just seems like a good manager, doesn't he? Good guy as well. Not that I know him, but you get that impression from him. Attacking, direct style of play. We're expecting them to come out. This is how they played against us last time in this sort of 5-2-1-2, I guess, or 5. I don't know exactly how you'd classify that, but anyway, that's how they played against us when we beat them 3-0. You can see there their heat map, their passing network. It looks a little bit like a 80s video game, doesn't it? And there we go. There's their key passes from their loss to Wolves. This is the team we're sending out. Obviously, fixtures coming thick and fast. We've had to change things around a little bit. So Gunnarsson goes in goal. It's Simpson and Rasic at the back. Diola. I think he's been... Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think Diola's been an absolute revelation as a right wing-back. So he's going to play out there for this one with Thompson on the left. Garner as a deep-line playmaker in this one with Baptiste, Farai and Hay. He was doing really well before he... Did he break his arm? I think it was. So he's going to come in and play as the ball winner for this one. It's going to be Panarenda and Lewis Potter up top. Let's go. So here we go. We can see everybody is lining up as expected, which is excellent. What do we want to say to this? Do it for our fans. I have seen a little bit. We've seen me getting some good taking pressure off. Seems to have worked a little bit. Let's try some passionate. We have faith. I've been sort of trying to play around with the team talks a little bit. I think it's just a weird time of the season for a promoted team, isn't it, to be in Europe? Will be in European contention, I should say. So I think maybe it's starting to affect the players a little bit. Now, while we're waiting for the game underway, I do have to thank a new Patreon supporter, Luna Plusinski. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Thank you so much. I've been really, really spoiled with Patreon supporters lately, haven't I? So I greatly, greatly appreciated. There is a link down in the description if anybody else is interested. As I always say, it's not expected. Just keep watching those ads for me. But yeah, if you enjoy the content and you are able to, it's greatly, greatly appreciated. So thank you so much to Luna and the rest of the supporters there. Here we go with Diola getting forward. Can he get a cross into the box? He's done okay. It's not the best cross, to be honest. And is that the highlight? Surely not, actually. They roll it out to Sheffield United. Ball forward. Can we win that? We can't. McBurney has it there to Varela, I think you'd pronounce that. Anyway, let's not dwell on it. Schmidt across there to Sander Berg. He gets it forward to Williams. Can we stop the cross coming in? We cannot. Edge of the area. And offside, is it? No, it's been given. Barely a minute. Barely a minute. And we're 1-0 down again. What do we need to do? Oh, this is unbelievable. The good thing is we've got 89 minutes to set this right, but I mean, it's a good strike, isn't it? I don't know that the goalkeeper had much chance on that. But, yeah, there we go. 1-0 down. Quick as you like. All right, let's not dwell on it, boys. Come on, here we go with the corner. Farai to knock it in. It's decent. Rasic is there, and Rasic over the bar. And we've seen that so often. Our finishing has really, really let us down. It doesn't seem to matter how much chance conversion training we do. we're not hitting the target regularly enough. And you can see that from the match stats of the games between episodes. We had so many shots on goal. We're just not scoring. I think the big part of the summer is going to be trying to get that goal scorer in. Let's maybe try a calm down. That's definitely something we need to do. Let's look to exploit the flanks. Actually, no, let's look to exploit the middle with the overlaps, perhaps. Let's go and put some pressure on them. And see if that gets us anywhere. I mean, it's not been a great first half, has it? All the action happened in the first minute. And again, it's a half of football that we've been the better team, and yet somehow we still find ourselves behind. Better second half, boys. Better second half. All right, let's demand a bit more. And it's getting to the point now where we might need to start to make changes. The problem is that I don't feel like we have many options to make changes right now. Now, part of that is, and again, I think it is tough coming up this particular season with the Winter World Cup and having so many fixtures. You sort of have to use your squad like you're playing in Europe as it is, and we're 2-0 down. And that doesn't help. But I mean, we do have, I think, a relatively big squad, a good squad in players that are roughly the same standard. Now, is that standard good enough? I mean, we're finding out pretty quickly here that perhaps it's not Simpson at the back there. That is an absolute crime of a missed header. All right, so this isn't working. So let's go back to wingers. Let's try that. The obvious man to go off is Hay. He is the sort of the least experienced man of them all. Let's get Tuazi on up top. Go as a pressing forward for me, mate. Try and get us back into this, will you? All right, let's go inside forward. I like Potter as a Roman Tur, to be honest, so we'll keep him out there in that role. And, I mean, it can't go much worse, can it? Let's be honest. And it's just been a poor performance. A really, really poor performance. Simpsons and Rasic, who were so good last season, getting us promoted, they were rock solid at the back. But, I mean, 2 shots on target and they've both gone in. You could definitely make an argument to say we've been quite unlucky today. It's another game, I think, that could easily have gone another way. And it just feels like nothing's particularly going for us. Penarenda's not having a good game. Let's get Fico on. It feels like I'm just throwing mud at a wall and hoping something sticks right now. How we could be so good against them away from home and then do this against them at home. It must be a YouTube thing. I don't understand. Absolutely nothing. We've had so many shots as well, but we haven't had anything. Can we get something back? A late consolation? Of course we can't. Fico over the bar. And yeah, I mean, this is, needless to say, extremely disappointing. Especially at home as well. Hacked into touch. And yeah, I thought we might do a double over a team, but not to be. And there we go. Diola gets forward. Can he get a cross into the box? No, he cannot. And we've just had a job done on us, haven't we? It feels like we've had all the shots, and we've also conceded all the goals. There's nothing worse, is there, than having 2 shots, through 3 in the end, and 2 of them have gone in. But you can see the match ratings, they were the better team. Only Diola, again, at right back, an absolute star, but he's the only one. So Brentford impotent as Sheffield United shoot to victory. That's fair, I would say. Penarenda just can't score a goal to save himself. We'll be back for Leeds United. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to face Leeds United. One bit of small transfer news to update you on. Mads Bech Sorensen is leaving the club at the end of his contract. He's off back to Denmark. He was a useful player in the Championship, but I think we've moved past him a little bit. He's never really let us down, to be honest. Possibly I should have been using him a little bit more, but he hasn't played in the Premier League yet this season. But yeah, he's... Good luck to him. Anyway, we have a game against Leeds United, and this has definitely become a must-win game now. Our form has fallen off a cliff the second half of this year. Hamsik is on his way back. He's due back in training this coming week in game. So that'll obviously be a big help. But Leeds United here, we are favourites for the game. We did beat them earlier on this season. Brendan Rodgers is their manager. Maybe surprisingly, maybe not. He's a good manager, Brendan Rodgers, isn't he? They're an attacking standard style of play. We're expecting them to come out in this sort of a formation. A few familiar names there between the Leeds United and Everton series. Calvert-Lewin up top, Phillips and Bogac in midfield. Any other names that we recognise? Not necessarily. Let's have a look here at what we're doing, though. We are sticking with this formation, but we're changing things up a little bit. We don't need McKenna as a ball player, though. So it's Gunnarsson in goal. McKenna and Rasic, they've been our first choice duo all season, so they continue at the heart of our defence. Bogle down the right, Thompson down the left. Garner is the anchor man. Palaversa, Farai and De Silva in midfield. Now, we have just come back from an international break. Baptista's come back tired from his exertions with Granada, so that's why he's not playing this one. We're going to go with the guys that have the most goals up top. So that's Hendrickson and the Wizard. Yeah, we'll just see how we go. So everybody is lining up as expected, which is always a good thing. Expected to go there, prove a point today. Come on, lads, show me what you can do. Enjoy the match. Let's show the world what this team's all about, shall we? Let's go with that. Some calm, we have faith. And yeah, let's hope we can score goals and defend well. That'll be a start, wouldn't it? All right, and here we go. Now, it is coming to that time of the year as well that we need to start getting nominations for Viewers Player of the Season. So let me know in the comments who do you think has been our best or your favourite player this past season for Brentford. So let me know in the comments, and then we'll get the poll ready to go before the end of season awards. I never like to sort of give my opinion on this too much because I don't want to skew what people are thinking. But for me, I think our player of the year this year it's been the Wizard. I think he's done really well for us. Hamshik's been good as well, and that is, shall we say, loose defending at the back. We've got a free kick of our own now. Farai to knock it in. It's decent. It's there, and it is there, and it's Josh De Silva with a fourth of the season. We'll take it from a set piece. We'll take it however it comes, and that is amazing. One thing we did do during the international break, we had a week of defensive training. We had a week of attacking training, and both weeks we did a lot of work on attacking set pieces. We need to figure out how to score goals, and if that's how we're going to score them, then we'll have to take it for now. So excellent stuff. We're 1-0 up. We need this 3 points like you would not believe. We cannot afford to drop any more points with the top 4 still to come in our last 9 games. We can't really expect too much from them. I wouldn't have thought anyway. We've got another free kick here, or corner I should say. Farai knocks it in. It's decent. It's headed away. Hacked clear by the Leeds defence. Gunnarsson has it, picks it up, throws it out. Is the highlight going to continue? It is. Bogle brings it forward. Can he pick out a pass? He can. It's there for the Wizard. Harry Potter is there, and it's not Harry Potter, it's Lewis Potter, but you know what I mean. And that's over the bar. Here we go. Just before half-time. It will be a wonderful time to go 2-1 up. 2-0 up, but a horrible time to go to 1-1. Calvin Phillips wins it back. We've seen him do that before, haven't we? Ball down the line. Calvert-Lewin, won by McKenna. He gets it forward early for Hendrickson. Can Hendrickson pick out a pass? He's got someone in the box. It's the Wizard, and it's over the bar. Oh, so close to going 2-0 up. But we do have to make do with just the 1 goal half-time. Everton is beating Sheffield United. The other games that affect us... Oh, Forest is losing, so that's a good result for us. But the other games there effectively are still 0-0. Don't get complacent here, boys. We're doing okay so far. We're doing okay, but we do need to obviously make sure we're not letting this slip. One thing we might do is just go back off of attacking to positive. And let's demand a little bit more and see if we can go and get a second goal here. Come on, boys. Come on. Solid at the back. So far, so good, you'd have to say. I would like to see a few more goals if we could for YouTube, but I think right now it's a case of we just need to try and get results where we can. Yeah, we would like to see a goal if we could, though, boys. Or a highlight even. Just a highlight. You don't have to score. Just show us something. Let's see if we can make some changes here. Thompson's not having the best game out there, so let's make a change there. We could shore up defence a little bit as well if we take him off, stick De Silva out there, and George Dobson box to box. Can he do that for us? Yeah, he could do that for us. And De Silva as a wing-back is fine. Let's maybe just switch the wing-backs back to support as well and see how that goes for us. We'll give him a concentrate here. I apologise, it's not been a great game, but it's looking as though it might be 3 points, and that is absolutely crucial. Let's close it down. lower this tempo down, waste some time, play for set pieces, and yeah, you can see we dropped the defensive line back as well, just to make sure we're not getting caught over the top. It's not been pretty. It's been very much a relegation 6-pointer, hasn't it? But we've scrapped away. We got a goal from a set piece, and well, we'll say good win, boys, but we still need to improve. So Brentford in control as Leeds United are brushed aside. Like I say, not pretty, but it's just kind of needs must right now. A 17-year-old central midfielder for £1 million. We might get to see him again, I think. Unfortunately, there's not too much news there. Let's have a quick look at the league table here, and that puts us up into the European spots. Now, we've played more games than Brighton, many more games than Everton. Now, they're going to, of course, have a little bit of fixture backlog. We've played more games than Forest as well, but we're 4 points clear and they only have one game in hand, so we're sort of clear of them. We've got a tough run of fixtures coming up, as I keep saying, but one thing that we do have now is the congestion kind of lightens up. We've only got one midweek game really between now and the end of the year, so we can play our strongest team and see what we can do. But that's it for today. As I said, don't forget to leave me your nominations for Viewers Player of the Year in the comments. We'll be back next time. I think we'll come back for Chelsea at home, who are first, so that's huge, and then Wigan, so it's top and bottom. And we do really need to be trying to get the results there. And depending how things are looking at this point, I think that will kind of just determine what we do for the end of the year, whether we come back for the final 3 games or just for the final game against Manchester United. If there's still a chance of Europe, we'll do the last 3 games. If not, there's no point dragging out the season. But it's looking as though we might be in the conversation. So yeah, until then, guys, I've been Aussie, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.